Hi guys, Greg here. So I'm going to do a quick video to show you how to use the eBird app. So that way tomorrow, when you're out for the big day, you can spend more time focusing on the birds, enjoying the birds, and less time fussing with, trying to figure out how to use the application. So I'm going to go to my birding apps real quick, and I'm going to open the eBird app. Now, as soon as you open the eBird app, right, if you're just about to start birding at a spot, right, open the application, and then there's no need to change the date or the time. Okay, so it'll be today's date and the time that you opened the application, and then you just tap Start Checklist. Okay, while you're birding an area, go ahead, leave the application open, and it'll track your movements, right? And where you went and how far you traveled, and it'll also record the amount of time you spent birding at that spot. Um, then all you need to do is just input the birds that you're seeing, input numbers for the birds that you're seeing. So, for example, we'll be doing a shorebird survey at Asfar Lake tomorrow during the big day, right? So I'll you could tap the plus sign if you're seeing singles of birds, right? Just and then tap the number again to add singles on top of your original account. But if you see large numbers of birds, right, you can tap on the name and then input that number. So that way you're not tapping forever to try to get up to 300. Now remember, with large groups of birds, it's okay to guesstimate. So what try to figure out roughly how many there were. And eBird has an article that gives some good tips on how to kind of guesstimate maybe a little more accurately than you might otherwise especially when you're looking at a really large flock of birds. So check out that article in eBird that can help you come up with reasonable counts of the species you're seeing in big numbers. And from here you can also add details, right, about the about your observations if you'd like to or if you need to. So in the case of rare birds, like I'm going to show you in a second, you're required to add some details about the observation. Okay, once you're done, once you input your numbers, then tap Done in the upper right corner. And like I said, you're keeping the application open and right, adding tapping on the species, adding numbers for the species that you're seeing and hearing while you're out birding. Now, if you do happen to see something rare, then you'll need to tap on this menu option in the lower left-hand corner. Okay, and then toggle this show rarities, right? Toggle that on. So tap that to switch that on. So now you'll see the complete list for your region, including the rare birds, right? So we see these boxes with the R in it. That's for rare. Now, if you do see something rare, you'll see that now it's highlighted in yellow. And before you can submit the checklist, you'll be required to add some details about the observation. So details like the circumstances, right? When you saw the bird, where was it? What was it doing? But more importantly, how you knew that it was this species. So add some details about how you identified the species. So what you noticed about it that proved to you that it was this species, and maybe not something similar. So for example, right? How did you know that the pin-tailed snipe was not a common snipe? So just add some details there like that. So yeah, once you're done, once you've input all the birds that you've seen and how many you saw of each, then you tap Stop. Okay, this will stop the track. Okay, you've got the time there. Now we have to choose location. Now remember, take a look and make sure that there isn't a hotspot already in eBird for the area that you're birding, right? But if there is no hotspot, and if it's not a place that you, if it's not like a personal spot, like this option here for me, Al Hassa general area, it's not a hotspot, but it's a designation that I've used in the past. So if you don't have one for the area that you're birding, it's going to be this top option here. That's for the exact location where you first started the checklist. Okay, so we've got our location, we've got our minutes, observers. I'm not, mine's not showing miles because I haven't moved anywhere. So I'm just sitting here at my kitchen table. But had I moved around a little bit, you would see we'd have some distance data to include here, and it would be included automatically. Now remember, we want to submit complete checklists, right? So is the checklist complete? Is it all the birds that you were able to identify while you were out birding? Yes. Okay, so tap yes for that, for a complete checklist. You can add comments here. Sometimes I like to mention, if there are some mammals that I saw, right? I saw the jackal again today, or something about the conditions, the weather conditions, for example, while we're out birding. I might add that here, but it's not necessary to add anything. This is optional. Now, there's that pin-tailed snipe again. So before I can submit this checklist, I'm going to have to add some details about it. Okay. I don't know. Common snipe nearby for comparison, right? And then maybe you took a picture of it, so photo documentation available. Okay. So just some details there. Like I said, you can go into detail about how you knew it was this rare species, and talk about some of those field marks you were able to that you noticed while you were observing the bird. Okay, so once you've added those details, then push done, and you notice that the pin-tailed snipe is no longer highlighted. Okay, because I've added the details. Now we're ready to go. So then you tap submit, and that's it. You're done. The checklist is finished. Okay. You'll see it here. If you tap the checklist button in the lower left, you'll see it in your list of submitted checklists. All right. Oh, there's something I forgot to tell you about. Okay, so there's something I forgot to do in this checklist. Something very important for tomorrow's big day. So let me tap on the checklist again. Let me go to edit. Okay, so edit the lower right-hand corner, and tap review, right? I'm not adding any species, but I forgot to share the checklist. Now, to share the checklist tomorrow for the big day, you're going to have to add +1 observer. So maybe you're out with a friend tomorrow. That'll be 2 observers, right? And then you could share the checklist with your friend. But don't forget to so that your results are included with the Saudi birding team totals, you'll have to share the checklist with the Saudi birding team. Okay, so if there's 2 of you, you can add a third, and then you see here share checklist with. Okay. For some reason, it's not allowing me to tap this. Why? You know why? It's because I already submitted this. Okay, so let me go back then. I'm gonna hide this. Okay, and I'm going to start another checklist just so I can show you how to share from the app. Okay, so we saw 1,000 gray-lag geese. All right, done. That's it. And now I need to add some details. Okay, maybe I didn't see 1,000 because I don't want to add details here. Let's see. There you go. Okay, only 10. Now I'm going to stop my track. Okay, choose my location. Okay, so now, okay, so I already submitted the checklist before. Once you submit the checklist, you can't go back and share the checklist with anyone. So you have to do it before you submit the checklist. You can go to the eBird website and open your checklist there and share with share with other people who are birding with you, or share with the project. Right, the project tomorrow is Saudi Birding Team. All right, so now tap share checklist with. You'll see any recent users that eBird users that you shared with. You'll see them listed there under recent. But tomorrow you're going to share your checklist with Saudi Birding Team. Right? This is all together, no spaces. Saudi Birding Team. Just like that, okay? Once you've done it once, right, then of course you'll see Saudi Birding Team in your recents. All right, so, and then you'll tap submit. Okay, I'm not going to submit this now just so I don't have to go and delete this checklist off the Saudi Birding Team profile. But so once you submit that, it's going to be shared with the team, and then your results will be included with everyone else's results. So that we'll have our totals for our October Big Day effort, right? So anyway, don't hesitate to message me either in WhatsApp or on Facebook through the Saudi Birding page. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to help you out. Okay? I hope you guys have a great day tomorrow. We're really looking forward to it. Super excited, and good birding.